my dear sister, Jamileh Gholami. Her brother is one of the victims of the 1988 massacre.
I am Jamileh Gholami, sister of Ali Asghar Gholami, who was arrested in March of 1981. In 1988, despite his sentence of life imprisonment, he was executed because of his resistance and steadfastness. His acquaintance with the Mujahideen goes back to early 1980. One day in Mashhad, my mom saw my brother. This is his picture. My brother was in a crowded center in Mashhad and was distributing books and newspapers of the Mujahideen with his friends. A group of Pasdaran and Basij hoodlums in cars, motorcycles, and on foot attacked them, severely beat them, and broke everything they had. My brother was arrested in 1981 with no charge, no evidence, nothing. But they arrested him because of his resistance. The time that he served in the prison, he spent most of his prison time in solitary confinement under severe torture. When we went to visit him, Pasdaran were present at all times. They told us once, we don't have anything to convict him. If he repents, he will be freed soon. My brother was outraged and shouted, I will never put my honor on sale. Out of question, do not ever talk of repentance at my presence. In June of 1988, my mother went to visit him. He wasn't there. After searching for 2 or 3 weeks, we found out that he was taken from Vakilabad to Kuhsangi for more torture. Before August, my brother and 4 others who had announced their position in support of Mujahideen were so brutally tortured that, according to their cellmates, he could not sit or lay down. Later, they executed him. In August, they executed 40 to 50 of those who were so-called on position. Not one of those who announced their position was freed or even left alive. None of them were freed. No one was left alive. They were buried in mass graves in Vakilabad. Even now, when my family goes to visit the grave, it's not known where he is buried. There's a mass grave that everyone goes to visit. During his last visit with my mother, he gave a piece of handcraft to my mother and said, deliver it to Jamileh. I was in Iraq at that time. The gift was actually a letter addressed to Mr. Masoud Rajavi. The letter read as this: from the bottom of my heart, I salute your resilience and steadfastness. You are the emancipated. I salute you and shake your strong hands. I salute you, your firm steps, which I follow. I salute your eyes, which pierces one's soul. I salute your warm heart, which is full of love. I salute you, the migrated Mujahid. Here they don't just deprive us from bread and food. They want to deprive us from thoughts and opinions. Any reminder of you would be enchained. Let their ignorance be forever. They don't realize that your memories are encrypted in our hearts. So even if they tear out our hearts, they will only make your memories immortal. He had hidden this letter in the handcraft piece and sent it to me. I remember after a long time that I had not seen him in 1982, they allowed us a visit. At that time I was in prison myself. After about 3 months, they allowed me to visit him. I was taken to him. I could not recognize him. He had grown a long beard. He was pale, skinny, and totally unrecognizable. He didn't speak. I mean, he did speak, but wouldn't tell what had happened to him. Where we met was a place in which I was formerly imprisoned. Therefore, I was familiar with it completely. There was a very big corridor. He said that they were being held there. They had turned the corridor into a set of many small cabinets or cupboards of dimensions like 1 meter in 1 meter in 40 centimeters. There was only one lamp over the whole corridor. On top of each cupboard, there was a circle-shaped hole of this size, the size of palm of a hand, for light and air. He had been kept there for 3 months. I don't know when they finally took him out. They gave him nothing, even basic personal necessities. Later, when I was released, whenever I went to visit him, it was always him who boosted my morale. He was such a source of cheerfulness, energy, belief, and perseverance. Later, when I was released, whenever I went to visit him, despite the fact that he was in prison and I was free, it was always him who boosted my morale. He was such a source of cheerfulness, energy, belief, and perseverance. The pastors were afraid of him. It was thanks to him that I was able to go to Iraq and join the organization in 1986. I will always be indebted to him. I thank God for being able to realize one of his wishes, which makes me proud as well. I will always be indebted and grateful to him.